Hey man, this Rome your favorite rapper, man. And y'all know I only bring y'all the dopest, man. Every season, man. And I got one of the legends in the building. Once again, man.
Son of Jan, you know what I'm talking about? Of the 9 Brigade. What's up, y'all? Y'all know me as Rambo, but you know, I had to evolve.
Yeah, feel me? AKA Task Force, but
Oh yeah. Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? So how it feel to be in the building, big bro, man?
Feels good. A long time. You know, man, you always talked about
Man,
sit down and talk. So I said, I gotta do this for my bro, even though a lot of stuff been going on this week. You know, we lost Dark Maul, you know, a 9 Brigade soldier. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Dark Maul. He was a part of our squad, produced a lot of the songs, the big hooks. He, you know, he was Sonny Black brother. So shout out to Sonny Black
too,
you know,
man.
Plus
and Ice, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole squad, man. You know what I mean?
But Dark Maul, you know. And then, you know, shout out to my boy Rick, his brother Johnny passed away today.
So, man, rest in peace, man, Johnny, man. And yo, shout out to Rick too. That's big bro too, man. So, when I shot one of my first videos, so you know what I mean. You know the vibes, man.
So we but I'm here, you know. I had to come through for you.
No, I appreciate it, big bro. Like I needed you here because at the end of the day, it's a long time overdue. But I just missed you. You know what I'm saying, big bro? Like I missed you. I needed to, you know, really holler at you and just get some more experience up under my belt. I see you moving, you shaking and baking. You got the songs out. You doing you. And you're doing the squad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like y'all got this movie stuff jumping. So let's like tell everybody a little bit about what you got going on here and now. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I got a couple roles now. I'm working on a movie, you know, with Jermaine Quick. It's called The New Nana.
Okay, you is in Nana.
Yeah, I'm Uncle Jack. Then I just got a call yesterday to be in this movie. I play a lawyer. It's called 3 Angry Bitches. You know, it's crazy. That's what the movie called. But
3 Angry Bitches.
Yeah, but I'm in it. You know what I mean? And then you know, Ice and Sonny the Squad got the one gun.
Yeah,
out, you know, it's on.
You got a cameo in there.
Check it out. You know what I mean? I was always busy, you know, so I didn't get my cameo.
So you get up in that joint, but that's cool though. I'm gonna check it out. I'll fucking run and watch that tonight.
You know, they ain't even want me in it though, for real. You know, Ice and Sonny, you know, they ain't want Michael Jackson in it. No, I'm just messing with my bros. No, it's a dope movie.
I know. I see the trailer, man. I got to check the trailer out. This shit look crazy, and it's real theatrical. You know, I love being behind it in the camera, but I love being behind it just as a director looking at the shots. Shit was perfect.
Yeah, it's a dope movie.
Shit was perfect. So what? So you and Nana, you got to tell quick too. Next movie you do, it got to be like about the squad of you. Like it got to be.
Yeah, like, you know, we come up with our documentary and stuff like that. You know, about all the stuff we've been through. That's why we do interviews. We say some stuff.
No, y'all do. You don't do a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you more, like I say, you more, but I always look at you entertaining. As an entertainer, like these, you go right at it. Like you don't hold no punches. You know your songs. You know what the crowd like. You still got that crowd participation.
Yeah, and plus I just tap into my audience.
Right. That's what I mean. If you sum it up to that.
You know, I'm older now, so I make songs for the old heads. You know, but you know the young people get into it. But you know, sometimes in the game, you got to focus on your fan base and who like you.
Right.
Instead of trying to make other people fans like you, make your fans like you. You always hear that. I'm trying to get his fans.
Right. What's up with that? What was up? Where'd that come from? Like from the feature shit? Like
a lot of collaborations and stuff like that. But when you get your fan base and your core who support you, because my saying is 99% say you can't do it. No, they hate on you. You're too old. But it's that 1% I do it for. The 1% is who I do it for. That 1% that's out there. Yeah. That matter who rock with you. That support you. Like me doing the Southwest No Look. You know what I mean?
T-shirts and CDs at the same time.
And when people
said past people though.
Yeah, but people said people didn't buy CDs no more. And I sell out of them.
Well, this Jimmy the Saint new CD. And this is CD.
Sell out. Hard copies.
You see what I'm saying? This is what people don't understand. So it's like
hand to hand
shit.
You get the money. $9.99. Here you go. You know what I mean? Instead of, it sounds sexy sometimes. I'm on all social platforms.
Yeah, I'm on social platforms.
You can catch me on iTunes, this, that, and don't get no dough. Hand to hand. But like I got my own website.
Don't get no play.
I got my own website where I sell my own stuff on it. www.sonofjammusic.com. All my stuff on there. That money come right to me. Ain't no taxing, no nothing. It come right into the Yami. Put it in the card.
And boom. You feel me? And that's what it's all about. Like actually being tapping into the consumers, because you got to understand, we actually in a city of music.
Yeah.
As much as people don't think we are, this shit is really the mecca for real. So to actually be out there running around and actually selling CDs hand in hand, I know that hustle. I know that.
Yeah, and the merchandise, like this, the Southwest No Look. When I came with the song, then I started selling sweatsuits, hoodies, shirts, body butters, beard butters,
bro, you had everything. You had mittens and that,
candles, everything, pillows, and through the pandemic, and kept selling. To this day, I got a couple orders as we speak. It's crazy. For 5 years, I've been selling. I did the song, the No Look, when I flipped it, the Too Short.
Pass me that light over there. I'm listening to you.
I flipped it, Too Short. Then it became an Eagle song.
That's crazy. Like you had your joint like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, no, it was right before the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I did it, and then the song just started taking off because the Southwest No Look been in Southwest for years, right? You take your picture, look away, and I was like joking one day, like, yo, I'm gonna do the song, and then I just did it joking, and then it just took off. Like everybody on social media and sharing and loved it. So somebody was like, yo, can you put that on a T-shirt again? To the Southwest No Look, and all of a sudden it just took off, and I've been eating off of it. You know what I mean? They ain't gotta be hungry no more. But just being a veteran and knew how to market. I knew how to market the neighborhood.
You knew the neighborhood.
It made Southwest. It's not. See, everybody think it's about Southwest.
That's in Philly, but it's just something that y'all
taking a picture right Southwest, and it's just because I used to get like
you was getting people all over.
Was buying it because I made a point to them. I said, "Yo, you was doing a Harlem Shake. Was you from Harlem?"
Nigga, shit. Remember
you was doing the Bankhead bounce.
Them niggas was doing the two-step and all that.
No, but I'm just saying they was Bankhead bouncing. It wasn't from Bankhead.
No, it wasn't.
And I killed them with this.
Damn, it wasn't from Bankhead.
Everybody had the Crenshaw Nipseys. That's a section in LA.
Yeah.
That everybody was wearing. I said, "Is you from Crenshaw?" No. So I said, "Why wouldn't you wear it?" And they was like, "Oh, you got me. Let me get to it." See what I'm saying? When a person like, "Oh, I ain't from there," but you
from South, so there's nowhere in hell you can wear a New York hat and don't buy.
I wear Yankees, that's one of my friends. But I'm just saying, like, it's not saying you from there. It's something that happened in Southwest, and it was a brand. And then some didn't buy it, but then a lot of people did. So it was like, it didn't bother me.
Bro, shit is a hit, man. Fuck what they talking about, man. Do the Southwest No Look, nigga. And I ain't gonna lie, every time he did a fucking show, nigga, that fucking, whether it was the smallest club or the biggest joint, everybody was in there. And I'm talking about when he say, "Look this way," nigga, it was.
Yep. And I was
good. Like, I'm sorry.
In Philly, the promoters get amnesia. Like Task Force now, legendary.
No, real
booking
shit.
Other people and don't. Real shit. So guess what I did? I booked my own shows and made money, so I didn't even care. Y'all don't get us. We book it because as a manager chick. Her name is Marlo, but we call her Mag, And, she got the red hair and stuff. And she said, if you can get people to come see you, go in their pocket, and that's the biggest thing. You can get somebody to pay and come see you, yo. Everybody be like, I'm hot, I'm the hottest in the city, I'm this, I'm that. But if you can't have people come support you and buy tickets, and what it is, because I'm a performer.
Real shit.
They got, my numbers, I got 1 million likes. I say, I want $1 million, not 1 million likes.
Real shit. And that's factory though. Like, fuck that. The money. If you can make the money off what you love to do, that's what you're supposed to do. And anybody that'll tell you don't do that, they're a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Because again, at the end of the day, you're still providing a service. They coming to be entertained, and I'm the entertainer. What's the problem?
Like I was selling my shirts and stuff so hard, the CDs and the merch. The cops thought I was selling dope on coke on the corner. I was like, nah. And then I had my slogan. If anything was what? $9.99, $19.99, $29, you get your penny back. I always had a penny, like, and people would crack up like, yo, give me my penny. Then we had the female, we had the female sweatsuits, my partner Eric, E-Rock. And Southwest just started moving.
No, it's supposed to, because again, it's the culture. It's a part of the culture.
And I say, right, certain people be saying they legends and stuff like that.
No, y'all really legends.
No, I'm just saying, but if you a legend, then show why you legendary. That I can get a song and make it to what it is. Like, it was under people's radar, but somebody came to me one time like, yo, they said, dog, I had your joint get played.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
People with deals.
With deals, bro. And this is what I'm saying, because first of all, you doing no cursing. Second of all, it's a vibe. Third of all, nigga, it's Philly shit. Niggas used to do what we used to do when we used to drive the cars, do the slide. Like when we used to go through the stop sign and shit, they like, yo, them niggas doing the South Philly. The cops would be like, oh, them niggas shooting through the stop sign and they doing the South. What was that shit called?
You know what's crazy though? When Jay-Z and Beans and them did that South Philly motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
and they played that and South Philly just, you know.
That shit used to go ham.
But when we came with, and I came with
that That was like the bridge is over.
Yeah.
That was like all that.
Yeah. When that Killer Will come on, South Philly get goofy.
I ain't gonna lie, when that shit used to come on, back in the day when we had the clubs on 7th Street, Spring Garden and all that shit. Bro, everybody thought they was from South Philly, nigga. That was the only time.
No luck and we be out,
I was like, so it come on.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
And niggas, it's crazy because you know what I think it is? They don't even know it's you.
No, they don't, because I'm son of Dan.
That's what's so fucking crazy. They don't know it's you, and then but when you rock it, you know it's you.
They be like, they be like,
fucking Rambo.
Like when we switched to non-brigade, people was like, yo, that's Task Force. But we was like, yo.
That's what that, look, every time I say that nigga used to kill me.
But know what's dope about that, though?
Their name ain't no fucking Task Force. Like, yes, it is.
Yeah, Task Force was the legendary, but we made two names legendary, Task Force and non-brigade. You say both of them, you like, bro, and that's hard.
No, but you made Son of Jan a household name, too. Like, you got to understand, right? I met you as, like, Beezy.
Yeah.
I met you as Beezy. Yeah, you legendary, bro. Like, I can't even...
Well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I mean? But, you know...
Bro, y'all niggas was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bro.
On the set, yeah. I mean...
Like, to see y'all come out made it, like, that's Philly in there, bro. Like, this shit ain't even working without... This is all Philly mindset.
You know, Philly, like, we used to rep Philly so hard. This was, like, early 90s.
Can I ask you one thing before you go into that? Because I know y'all was young.
Yeah, we was
young
kids.
Men when y'all...
We was kids.
How the fuck did that... Like, all right. Do y'all feel that any... Like, do the start... Even though y'all... Is it any starstruckness in it? Because I know sometimes I used to get butterflies. Like, even I'm sitting next to another motherfucker. I'm like... Even when I came to meet y'all, Rick told me... I got in there, nigga. I was like... That's why I think you loosened me up when you was like, come on upstairs, little nigga. Like, you got it. Like, you got, like, because I was like, damn, I never met y'all. Heard shit. But when he told me he was bringing me down there, I didn't know it was that unionized. Like, it was that.
Like, us back then, it was.
Like, you had the block, y'all had the, like,
oh, yeah.
It's like everything, like a puzzle.
Well, we was,
and I never got a chance to see that like, from a neighborhood.
Like, rapping for everybody, big names. Charlie Mack had us in front of everybody.
Right.
So it was like, you had to just do it right there. You know what I mean? So it was the big names that's in the industry who was big wigs. We was right in front of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we used to do the shows at the YMCA and stuff like that. But we got with Charlie, it's at the Civic Center. I think it was like Ice Cube, Run DMC, but we were just there with him because he just started managing.
Okay.
You know, he's like, y'all got your dad on y'all? We like, yeah. Oh, y'all going on now. Y'all got 10 minutes. Like, what? So this is the first time a big crowd, and I'm spooked out. I'm like, I always got nervous. He thought, we was in the wool. Like, once we got with Charlie, it went to a whole nother level. Like when I was young with DJ Miz, me and DJ Miz was the group back then. And we was with Bobby Dan.
DJ Miz.
We don't play. Miz is from Florence. I'm from Pembroke. That's what I'm saying. I was like 14 to 15. Me and Miz was a group.
That's crazy.
So we was just doing shows at the 152nd Street, Woodrow Wilson. See, I'm dropping stuff. It wasn't even, but I'm just saying. But then that was just those kind of shows. But then to come to do the Civic Center
and shit back then with a circus and fucking Barley Belly, man. What?
Listen, the Civic Center
was big to us then.
The powerhouses used to be at the
Civic Center. Yeah, I went to the '92 joint when Mary J. Chris Carson came out.
And it was there.
The Fly 8 niggas came out. That was my first power. I was 12. I was standing on the
They didn't get to the Wachovia until like what, late '99?
Yeah, that was like
it was at the Civic Center all the time.
Right next to the Phillies joint.
Yep. So so doing them shows there, you know what I mean?
It might be telling our ages, but
I know. I love it that rich in history with that. Like you just said, DJ Miz was with Bobby Dan.
And look, because that's when DJ Casper and all came up under dances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you already know.
Yeah, because
I've been with him.
Yeah, he was around. Yeah, he was around. Y'all, I mean, once he said the force and 100X was
Lex and them. Yep.
100X was big too. Like coming from 10th and Oxford, like 100X, and then when they live by their name too.
So look, right in the mix of all this, you got Jamal.
He's from 60th Street. That's my young boy.
See what I'm saying? That shit crazy. That's
Jamal from 60th.
And where's Most Wanted from? Where Mr.
They from up
West Philly, right?
Southwest.
Southwest. From Southwest. Okay.
Yeah. We influenced them.
That's what I'm saying. All that.
Well, we were shooting a video in '95 when we were signed to A&M.
Okay.
We was up Myers. They was little kids watching us, and then we went to Big George's. And they followed us there. Like you hear them say the story, man, and tell you everybody. They was watching us. They was kids. Like we always say, we influenced a lot of people.
Y'all did,
but people
even with the freeway, like I said, the first time I ever seen Free was in y'all vid. I thought he was a part of the group because I thought that was his first group. Because when I didn't know, I just see the name, but I didn't even put it together. It was featuring, but I'm like.
No, but Freeway, for him to get where he got to, like when he got with Rockefeller, he paid his dues. Because back in the day, he was in the Lost Tribe.
Man. Yeah, that's I heard too.
He was in the Lost Tribe. He had a female partner.
Because I ain't meet him until Ice City. I ain't meet him until Ice City.
No, he was when he was Lost Tribe when he was around us. He was little Leslie. He used to walk around with an axe. Because Image back in the day was more, and that's why we used to have the chains and we wear the cross color stuff. And Image was everything back in the day. You had to your look, like the labels back then would say, "What's your image?" That's right.
You heard what he said? He said he was walking around an X, and then you had nigga like Tretch. He had the fucking joint with the youngsters, the
machete. But remember, Tretch got the chain from us.
The
the padlock joint.
Oh,
you see
shit.
it? I'm gonna show you what old.
Yeah, that's when you go to bed with
And I was saying, I was like,
the body snatch.
Yeah, remember you came in, I had a chain around my neck.
That's when you was wearing that big boy.
Yeah. But if you see
this nigga back then,
you see the old Task Force logo. You see around Task Force is the chain and the padlock. Oh no, they said that on the interview. They was like, who was the wild one on tour? They like him. I thought I was kind of
a nervous one.
Yeah, I was nervous all the time. I was nervous.
So his antsiness made him seem like that. I was kind of like that when I was down West Virginia with them niggas. They like, damn, y'all.
But what's Task Force and Nara, I say like with the group, like learning so much from Ice and Sunny, like being around them.
Right.
Because mind you too, in Task Force, we had a DJ named Kid Chaos.
Okay.
If you see pictures, there was a light-skinned dude.
Okay.
And he had produced recently, just a couple years ago, that song by Will Smith's son. What's the legend? Icon Legend.
He produced that.
He produced that. A guy out of our group, Task Force, that we still making bones and years later.
Crazy.
And Chaos was in Task Force 92, 93, 94. He was
still kick. That's crazy. He made that Icon shit.
Yeah. And he did stuff for Black Eyed Peas. Like he got a lot of plaques, but I'm just saying how we
expanded
in hip hop culture from being Miz.
Yeah,
like
that's mid.
Miz from 58 from Florence, and we all came together. Like I was watching him make the We Don't Play beat.
Crazy.
Like when he was making that We Don't Play beat on the SB 1200, and then he went and won his World Supremacy in '89, and then he went on to be big with Fresco and Mid. But that was Tommy Boy putting them together.
Yeah, true that.
Whoever he won the MC joint and that, so he put them together on Tommy Boy. So we'd be all day talking about the history. Yeah, on history and stuff.
Crazy.
Of how it is with Task Force. It's like we had got signed as kids. Like we wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Younger, we got signed to A&M. The label Janet Jackson was on the A&M, the Tough Break. It was Tough Break A&M.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Like back then, it was a Philly Street Buzz magazine that was with Tab Edwards, and he had us the #1 group in the city for a year until you get signed. Then he take you off.
Okay,
but.
Yeah, because I kind of like that.
Once you get signed, it's like, you're not considered underground.
Because you mainstream.
We was the first group on the cover. and then it was Bahamadia, then it was Ram Squad.
What's behind? What's up? Damn.
But then when we did shows, like all the people that was coming, like the Roots and this, that, we always looked at them like, you know, like we was task force, like, chill out, y'all, because we was the best performers. But then when they grow to be what they came, we're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like Freeway, PD Crack, all all them guys was, guys where we seen coming up, like everybody in the industry we seen coming up. It's just that we caught so much life stuff. Like life was happening to us that people don't know behind the scenes that was real dramatic and trauma. So that's why, I turned my pain into passion.
No, real talk.
Turning iron into gold. It's called alchemy. You know what I'm talking about? I mean? Turning that, like, instead of being upset and bitter, you turn your pain into passion. And that's why my drive, when people see me go so hard, and I'll be like, I gotta go hard because, it ain't we real arrogant on thinking that we might can see the next day. Like we can live to see the next day. That the arrogance, like, oh, I know I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here. Yo, I feel the same way. That's why I'll be like, that's why when you got me kind of connected me back to, like, go back to your origin. Fuck that. Like, you did a lot of shit already wrong. You ain't gotta keep repeating a lot of shit. Move forward, but you ain't gotta that extra shit.
Yeah, I always notice with you, little bro, like certain things that get to you. That's why when we talk, it's like you want everybody to win around you, and you passionate. Like I tell people, don't mistake me being passionate as angry.
Yeah, I'm not angry.
Passionate when I talk. You know what I mean?
It's like they be thinking I'm being
like I'm
loving on y'all for real.
When somebody tell me that I can't do something, I'll be like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I said, oh, you think
I'm gonna show you?
Because they be like, oh, he's crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you
better than I can tell.
That Southwest No Look ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Yo, everybody in here, I seen an 80-year-old lady with your jacket on. I thought I was crazy. Then I come back with the cha-cha. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 step. He crazy. He ain't no old heads gonna do that.
Everybody taking their shoes off.
They got line dances. I be seeing it coming, Rome. I be seeing where the game going, and then people be thinking I'm crazy. Like, why he doing a song like a line dance?
I'd rather do that than some drill shit.
Now watch this, because I'm going to act my age. I mean, that's what they do, and none of that. I'll be like, that's what they do. I know my age.
But you know what I love about it? That's really Philly culture. We had drill teams. We had different drill teams.
Well, they changed the name to say drill, meaning.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they talking about drilling.
Yeah, the drill. But I'm talking about the stepping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The cha-cha was the dancing. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, we had a lot of that. Even like when we used to have our mamas. A lot of the mamas people that was going out, they stepping. That's what I'm saying. Everybody stepping. So this is a part of our nature. All this new shit. These little motherfuckers don't know nothing.
I just be like,
babies having babies though. This is what you get out of this shit when there's babies having. You can't teach the baby when you didn't experience the shit.
Like, I have fun with it. You know what I mean? That's why people be and then I tap into here. No, this can change. The brain switches with fashion and what's this and not. Your heart never changes. That's why I tap people's heart.
It loves something.
Let ourselves value each other. Love. You know what I mean? I attack the heart, and that's why when I do I do certain things to get your attention.
Right.
And then I come with my pain music in my life, because if I come with that, you're not understanding.
Listen, you don't remember when you gave them, look, this is what I love. We used to do the video clips, like you'll put your face on one. The shit used to be dope as shit.
Oh, and in my art, then I got alter egos, R&B's,
I'm like,
how
I'm dancing. Is he doing this
shit? It's because this whole game is entertaining people. People forget to entertain. They forget that it's show business.
They want to just be
you entertain, but not the cooning. Because I've seen a lot of niggas be cooning with the extra stuff. I call it cooning. I'm talking about entertaining. Like, when I entertain to get your attention on, because if I come spitting like I got bars, they like, oh, hey. They be like, we already know you can rap, and they like, why are you trying to do that? So I say, I'm gonna entertain you, and then I'm gonna give you my pain breakers, like with Pac and X, so then you can understand where I'm coming from. If people don't know the story, and they like, well, what is he talking about? So that's why I paint the picture. I treat it like it's a puzzle. So then when I got your attention, not cool, that vision, like the Southwest No Look, the cha-cha, all of a sudden they like, yo, he jigging. All of a sudden now, boom, here you go with the song Emotions. Here you go with this song, and then talking about a girl, talking about this. Now I'm entertaining. I'm just not rapping.
I think that took a long time for me to get to. Because remember, I was putting so much out, but I finally found that niche like in the last 4 or 5, 6 years, where it's like I know what to give them. I was playing with the auto tunes, but I was doing it like the niggas that's my motherfucking engineer making me sound like the rappers. I'm like, bro, no,
that's why. But that's why you was going through a transition of they thinking you being angry because you wasn't being wrong.
Yeah.
Remember I told you that day. I said, dog, embody your name. If you calling yourself Rome, your favorite rapper, that's putting yourself there to say the dude that you love, love me.
Yeah.
And I used to always, I'd be like, "Lil bro, entertain the people. Bro. Don't worry about what somebody's saying, because what I say before, 99% are going to hate on you anyway." And then Dark Maul was 45, right? He just passed away. Oh, he was so young. But Maul wanted to keep doing his music, and people tried to say he was too old. Now make that make sense. They saying you too old to do something, but when you die, they say you so young. So I ain't so young for still pursuing what I love to do. I'm never going to stop my music because it's my therapy. Listen, period. It keeps my sanity. I do it and for some reason people liking it, the stuff I'm doing, the old head stuff and all that, and they liking it. If I stop, then it's like you rather see me crazy, snapping down. You saying, yo, if that music making that person happy, then do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I be trying to tell people. It's funny. Because the older I'm getting, the more they tell me I'm just blending right in, and I'm like, the fuck is going on here? Like, but it didn't start until you said, be yourself. Yeah. Now, being myself, I sound young, I'm looking young.
But that's you being you. Yeah. When people see me, they be like, yo, you that age? I'm like, how am I supposed to look? Man, I'll be saying, I'm like, why
not? They say, you know what's funny? Shout out to K Walker. K Walker always see me, right? He be like, bro, we got to change. But he said, bro. He said, if you ever look back at the Cosby Show, he said, them niggas was the same age as you, but them niggas was looking old as fuck. Yeah, I mean, he said, nigga, you don't look 45, nigga. You don't look in your 40s. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Music took care of me.
No, I'm just saying you took care of yourself. Yeah. That's why when I see you, so I'm like, bro, no stress. That make you look old. And you get, and then this game will really get you upset because you push so hard. You're getting at the door, but the wicked universe will pick it off. You know what I mean? As soon as you get there, and all of a sudden, them little soldiers come around, getting you off the square. You wondering, like, why this chick getting on your nerves? Why your man is upset? Why this ain't going right? Because the dude downstairs' job is to
alter that shit.
Yeah, and God, and then I always say to people, when the saying is, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. He already know what's going to happen to you and all that. So he like, it's up to you to fight the universe. You know what I mean? The wicked universe. I say it's two universes, the wicked good and the wicked. Like the music industry, they're saying, oh, it's easier now. But I'm like, yo, it's harder now.
It's harder, way harder.
I mean, you can be seen, but it's like people ain't buying your stuff. I say,
Pac said, do you want to be famous or do you want to be rich? They making everybody famous. Ain't nobody getting rich.
Yeah, no, but check this out. They be like, oh, you got to make when you're old, an older rapper, you got to make something for the youth. I'm like, yo, the youth ain't supporting the youth.
Not at all.
If they saying records ain't selling in the industry, they not buying they people.
Not at all.
Like all them new young girls.
Everything fake.
Like the sexy, all of them, they look at their numbers, they be like, where's it at? Because they famous, but the people not gravitating to come to their concerts.
I'm gonna tell you why they not. I'm gonna tell you why nobody's buying nothing. I'm gonna tell you why the sales disappeared. This is how I figured it out. If I could see you, why the fuck would I listen to you? See, when they was listening, they couldn't really see you.
Every day, all day.
That's what I'm saying. So now, if you didn't go to a concert, it might have been one show. Powerhouse was the biggest show at one point in time, right? So now, if you didn't make it to that show, you probably wasn't seeing those stars that year.
Yeah.
So now we ain't got no choice but to buy our favorite. I need to hear
keep going.
Now everybody is so seen, and they put up. You got niggas that's clipping their songs up now. Like they doing different scenes for one song, right? Cool. There's no need of buying your record. We looking to see the next clip.
Yeah, and
that clip might be 3 seconds.
The streaming thing, you got to stream so much to make a penny.
A penny, bro.
I'm like, they took away the hard copy, hand in hand in indie, going in the joint where if you hand that to somebody,
I'm about to start going back out there. Because you know why? You know why we going back to the CDs and we can do it? Because, nigga, we still got to pop motherfucking game distance inside our PlayStations and fucking PS5s and all that. So since y'all want to keep playing, we going to tell niggas, all these people in the world that got a PS5, which they do, and they got the fucking Xboxes. Nigga, here go the hard copy CD. Start putting them bitches in there. We're gonna be playing.
No, because it's about making money, but you got to go through so much to make something before hand to hand, or you doing the show, you're doing this. Like when I sell my merchandise, when I was selling, when I sell the sweatsuits, I was selling them for $90. That money was coming right in my hand. The T-shirts for $25,
coming right.
Right. The hat, it was direct for it. And then one time, one of my homies seen my books. He was like, "Dog, you made all that this year off of hats, hoodies, T-shirts, some soaps, some body butters." I'm like, yeah. He was like, "Man, I'm in the wrong business." I said,
bro.
I said,
it's just
merchandise.
Knowing I wouldn't with his shit.
And guess what? My homie, we laughed because I said, "I'm a 360 deal dream." He was like, "You selling merchandise, your music, you throwing your own shows, making money." He said, "That's all in the 360 deal to get all that
coming all back home to one person."
And they was like, when you sign a 360 deal, they take your show money,
that's a good manager over there.
You know what I mean? And all that. But then my manager said, "I have nothing to manage. You do everything." I said, "No, I be kind of crazy. I need somebody to hold the nigga mentally." Exactly, but we're gonna talk about that another time. She be like, "What do you want me to do, man?" I'll be like, "Man,
tell them niggas we need a book. Tell them niggas we need a book deal now."
No, but then she came and said, because she did with other artists, and she was like, "You don't understand how relaxing you are, because I don't call to say I'm in the studio, shoot my videos. I don't like none of that. You get me a cheeseburger, and you hold my hand. I need some socks and some drawers.
I ain't got no underwear to put on under this fucking.
How does this song sound? Can you call this producer? Can you do none of that? I get it done."
And that's why they think we will need no managers.
No, my producer, my cousin, one of my producers, he said, "I laid a record, he mixed and mastered. He said the video will be up the next day." I be like, "I don't play no games, man."
Right.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
When you want it, turning your pain into passion. I'm passionate. I be wanting to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, man.
Like for real.
You gotta love it, and I tell you, I was plenty of times after the fact, I was ready to get his shit up. When I couldn't get ready, it was him. He was saving me.
I was on the phone looking at the phone.
But it's still their generation. It's their generation saving me, not my own.
I had the Juicy.
Crazy.
I had the Tupac Juicy. Check yourself, Q. You gotta snatch some cars and let them motherfuckers know to take it. Get them out anytime. I was on him like I was fishing. I'm like,
he snapped me out this shit. I said, "Hold up, bro." He's like, "Nigga, you better." I said, "Damn, you right."
But he let the pressures of the game and people, outside entities, mess with your mind and they spirits, and that energy ain't good. You be like, "Yo, you got bad energy, keep it over there." I'm an energy person, man. When I sense that, I be like, "No," because I'm an emotional dude.
People trying to tell me, "Oh, you not no real rapper. That's Chris." They did them. I'm like, "The fuck is a real rapper?" Like, oh, me signing a deal with some motherfucker that's going maybe kill you motherfuckers if I fuck the deal.
Hey man, them deal things is hard to get, but we got 3 of them, and people hard to get one. Like I tell people, if we wanted it bad as young boys, and then when you go through a hiccup and then come back and get another one, like people don't recover having a one, they don't recover coming back. We had one. That's when we switched to 9 from Task Force, because A&M dropped their black division. We got caught up in that. So then when we were on Electra, finished the album, get ready to go on tour, Q-Dine get killed. And then going through all of that, because we was crushed, Electra let us go, and then went out and got another deal. The budget was 1.5. Like to go get another, people after they get one, they gone. We was coming back. Like I
think that was God because of that situation.
And I tell people this all the time. We started rapping like 86, 87. If you would have told me
I'm a kid
that I'm gonna come out to the world in 2002, because that's when we came out national. It was always Philly all those years, and then trying to go through the trouble. National, I would have said I'm quitting. Because you were like, I'm not going to go through all of that time to get to that point, but chasing that dream and wanting it, that kept us out of jail. Because we was in the streets down there. You know what I mean? But waking up every day knowing like, gonna get signed, and then when you sending it out and rapping for everybody, and then them people, you get that meeting and they say to do it, and then you get that budget, you get that advance, and then you doing it, and then when we get on, Then we go on a 45 city tour with LL.
Damn.
Every night is booties and titties. You're with LL, with just us and him. He brings his wife with him. So who you think the girls is gonna go to?
Y'all, because they couldn't go to him.
So it was let me hear you put the thing every month. And I had to tell her for 2 weeks I was acting like a party. But then I'm like, yo,
they ain't make none of this shit. Then
listen, for 2 weeks
tore up.
I was acting crazy. But then
drinking Mad Dog 2020.
But then you look at it like, yo, this is a job. You got to go from Vegas to Minnesota, sleep in store, interview, do an underground show interview, in-store show, sound check, show, after party, go to the hotel, got a couple
said Charlie was on.
And then they come back, the same thing over and over. I was like, listen, I'm not cocky, I'm not arrogant, I'm tired. When we first went out, first city we went to was Indiana, and the chicks come, and you like me? Oh man, I can have, but then it's a job. You be like, listen, ladies, I'm tired, but they not understanding. They just seeing you for the first time, but they don't know you done burnt the fuck out. Listen, never got no sleep because the homies is on the joint loud. You trying to get sleep on the bus, get to the telly. Y'all got to do the joint interview, the morning show, and then do some in-store. Then guess what's the longest thing ever? Doing drops, yo. Oh yeah, this is such. And he said, when we in here, we chilling. You got to do all the DJs.
I got my shit out the way first, because if I didn't, we would have never had forget about it.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, being on the road and experiencing that, doing 3 tours. Then after that tour, we come home for like 2 weeks. We back out on the road again. Dang. The paid in full tour. Dipset, Nori, MOP. Shit. That's 50 cities, but we said that went from heaven to hell. LL was the glamorous, the ladies, the paid in full. You got the thugs, we got the guns, you got your ramen, the dudes, and you had to move right. We was moving like soldiers. We had on the black, we militant, and them dudes used to say it. We used to be like, listen, we dudes from the block who just caught a break. We ain't the rappers that y'all thinking, this, that, and they be like, oh, I feel that. I said, you gonna have to feel. I said, no, I caught my break, man. I said, you know how long or hard we work for this? Then we get off that tour. We come right back out with 50 just coming steaming, the Get Rich or Die Trying tour. We out on that joint, tearing it up with it. I say, we done things that I don't look at it like, right. It was just life stuff, altered things that was going, like when we was on tour, my mom died. So God brought me home because we was on the road and Christmas came and they knew we had kids. So they was like, all right, it's the 24th, fly home. You know what I mean? Y'all can see, and then come back out the 26th. Right. I come home Christmas Eve. I see my mom that night. I'm like, old lady, what's up? Boom. She dies the 26th. Christmas go, but God made it where I didn't get the call on the road. I was there. Because we wasn't supposed to be home, but they said, let y'all go home. Right. Y'all got 2 days to see y'all kids Christmas. That was God. And boom. And then I knew how my mom talked, because they was like, y'all want to cancel? I said, no, if I'm sitting around, I'm going to lose my mom, or I got to go out on the road. And kept it going. So burying my mom, went back on the road. But I was mentally going from that. Right. So then that's when things start happening with us. Prior to that, Meek, the Meek Mills that was in our squad, we finishing early in the game. The album, he gets locked up for murder. So that altered, he's on a single, he gets locked up for murder and all that stuff. So that's going on our mind. Remember, we coming off the Q9 situation. What I'm saying. Y'all damn near mentally drained, and to have to do a new album in Cali, I had to come back home because them palm trees, them Malibu Bay breezes, them clubs, them women. It had we living in a condo, waterfalls, the gate. I'm like, send me back home to the basement so I can still feel hungry. I can't, this shit too nice. I'm like, because I'm starting to rhyme about David Yerman watches and, and all this stuff. I'm like, man, like, I took a picture, sent it home to my home. They had on some red glasses. My man, like, what you doing with red shades? He like, you tripping, man. I'm like, no, out here, man, just the palm trees and the light.
Putting on a bunch of shit.
You know what I mean? But it was but it was decent for us to see that. And then we brought all the homies out there, giving them money. Like we had fun with it, but life things alternate. People don't know when our album dropped early in the game. Okay. It's taken off. I know Sonny is gonna be mad because they told me say this for the doc, but no. Our head of marketing and promotion, Mark Benish, died soon as the single started getting hot. He's the head of marketing and promotion.
So he knew who to promote y'all to.
And he died. So when he's the head of it on our project, he dies. The label don't know what to do because he's the marketing.
They don't even have this.
Look him up. He blew Death Row up. He blew Pac up when he was with Interscope. So he was like, remember, Smiles on South Star was on that label.
Yeah. I remember
popping.
He did. He started making his fucking videos was starting to pop on every day.
See, and he was coming, but we was the label babies. Mark Benish, I used to call him my dad. He was buck too. He was white. I'm like, you my pop. Like him, he was Harry O, man. Like if you ever see Harry O,
he talk about it.
If you ever see Harry O, ask him about Mark Benish and watch he be like,
yo, that's my man.
Because he showed me a picture of him. Back then, he said, you know who this is? I'm going to say, that's Harry O, the Death Row. He said, it's my best friend. I just went to see him. But Mark, he had cancer. And while he was doing our project, he was blowing it up. He was like, you're going to come with Juvenile. The song y'all did with Juvenile. Go, what you doing with that? We get a call. He died. So the label is, they like, if the head of marketing and promotion, then he's a genius. And the other people don't know what to do. So people don't even know that story. We got caught in the matrix that if your head of marketing and promotion died in the middle of your project, it's a wrap.
Damn, that is a fucking glitch in the matrix because it's no brain. He's the brain.
He blew up Death Row. He told us how he blew up Pac, and Pac was telling him, you're a white guy from Woodland Hills. You got to do this and do that. And that's how he became that marketing genius with Def Jam.
Is he the one that had Pac do the joint with the shit and the gold in the tub?
No, that's the dude when he was in Death Row. That's when Pac was with Interscope.
Oh, okay.
Ted Fields.
All right, Ted Fields.
Ted Fields owned Interscope. Jimmy was his partner, but Ted sold it, and then Jimmy came into play. Remember Ted? We got our deal just how Pac got his deal. We rapped for Ted. We was out LA beating up the shit, right?
Right.
The white guys knew a Jewish entertainment lawyer named Gary Stiffelman.
Okay.
He was Eminem's Dre. He was the biggest in the industry, Gary Stiffelman. And he said, Ted's starting a new label. Remember he was with Jimmy Nice starting a new label in this Artist Direct. He looking for some acts. I'm going to call him. He said, Ted, I got the scoop here. These guys are crazy. He said, they got 15 minutes to get down here on Wilshire because I'm about to fly to France.
God dang.
We take off there. We come in, put our stuff on. We giving it to him, performing. He stops it. Boom. Sit down. I've seen 100 groups, heard 100 CDs. I do the hiring, firing. I'm about to get my secretary to do a letter of intent. So y'all won't go to nobody else. It'll be here Monday. Come here, sign it Monday. Just put some money in your pocket. Then we go get the contract together. But I want y'all. I'm flying to France, and Monday,
I'll be back. Yep.
So the white dudes we with, the Foster brothers, still trying to take it. We like, no, the dude Ted who were in the scope. But this is what he said in the meeting. He said, the reason I really signed y'all, I took y'all CD home to my daughter. The same meeting I had with Tupac, I had with y'all. My daughter like, Daddy, they're great. Sign them. And that's how when Pac said, he said, tell him, thank your daughter. The same thing. I always come with that Pac energy. So Ted, Monday, there was a letter of intent. We went back to the place where it was at. We signed it. It was $100,000 check right there. We went down the street to the bank to get an accountant and all that, do the, you know what I mean? And we had the money. From meeting him Friday, Monday, it was $100,000 check just saying, just to hold y'all over. I don't want y'all to go.
I don't even want y'all to go.
Label, so I'm going to get the contract, how many 2-album deal, this, that, and the money. But here goes something for y'all.
Just to chill.
To chill in the pocket. Went down there, cashed that joint, got our accounts done. And then he spoiled us.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Because he understood, because he dealt with Pac and them. Like Meek was going through the situation with the murder, so he knew with Snoop and all that, because he told us. It dealt with this with Snoop, and all that. Mark Benish was in there, he was like, it can work to your advantage, we was like, we trying to get people to love us for the talent, not know murder John, from one of the squad members.
But they was on some
but they knew how to market.
There you go.
But Mark Benish died because we was getting ready to do our single that we had with Little Mo called Can't Let It Go. And we was going to get Tony Soprano in the video. This was back then. But Mark Benish died, so that's when they flipped it. When he said Juvenile, we're just going to run with the Juvenile record. The girl, what you going with that? We was all on Ricky Lake and all that stuff.
No, y'all was.
So the label didn't know how to market us after Mark died. And we got.
And at that time, they ain't let the artists kind of influence the situation.
So they were just
y'all could have followed up like, well, Mark would put us in this.
But they didn't know.
They didn't. They just looked at y'all like artists. They didn't look at you. See, this is where the business switch up now, where we got to handle that shit now. But if they would have looked at it back then, I'm like, well, let's ask the artists.
And we always had, because the A&R at that label didn't sign us.
Right.
Ted signed us. So then he hired him, and then he signed the Smiles of South Stars, the Ballin' Boy, No Good. He wanted his groups, he signed the Blow. So he can look like the Ted signed us. Yeah. So see what I'm saying?
So he's trying to look like,
the industry stuff. Ted, you signed them, but here were the dudes I signed, I want them to blow, so it makes my resume look good if I leave, that I can blow an artist up. That's like if she, artist, sign me, but then another person comes along and put them on the team, then she like, I'm getting Danger. Get Roman Danger, but then the other people come and it's like, you signed them. So that's how the dude Gary Harris was like, these is my groups, but Ted, I know that's your baby, but I want my groups to blow.
So he working with all of them, not y'all.
To show him, this is why he hired me. Yeah, he was a top A&R. So, because he was sending us garbage beats.
I believe you.
And we was cussing him out. And then Ted called.
Because you said he was trying to blow them niggas.
Ted is a billionaire. My mom was like, Russell, come get the phone. It's a guy named Ted Fields on the phone. So we all out front of the door like, Jan, she said, it's Ted Fields. We come, it's him. He like, listen, I just talked out the phone with Gary. And we like, Ted, them beats ain't how they like, just listen to him, just do him, and then we just have it. And we like, nah, but Ted like, just, go. Because he was thinking, because the person had names.
Yeah, the beats
was hot, and they wasn't. He like, dude, this guy had the number one,
but he ain't giving us that number one.
He said he had the number one song out last year. But that's not. You know what song was that? It was Hard Knock Life. Jay-Z was 45 King, but we like, this beat ain't no number one beat.
Yeah, this ain't the number one beat. He gave me something at the bottom of the page.
So Ted did it. So we went back, and then guess what though? The dude Gary Harris on the label, we making an album fire because Ted like, yo, this remind me of the Chronic. The dude Gary Harris was hating.
Yeah, so then he's giving y'all the bullshit.
No, then he comes and pulls Sonny to the side. I'm not gonna lie, Sonny, the album's fire. But you giving us hell like it wasn't, like we playing stuff, and he like, yeah. But then he buckled down. I was like, Sonny,
that industry shit.
Album's fire. And we like, see what I'm saying? Because we had the attitude like, y'all ain't telling us shit. Ted socked us.
Right. No, y'all had that right.
We got our situation convinced from the
boss. Not you. Exactly. But that's what he was mad about. He wanted Ted position.
Yeah, no, Ted hired him because he was the dude. So he wanted to show Ted, I blew them up. Your boys didn't blow up. See what I'm saying?
Oh, he still was trying to show the nigga out. Because it's like, Ted, you just grabbed some niggas.
Because no. We were supposed to get on Apollo. He gets Smiles of South Star on it.
Wow. Y'all see that hating snake shit?
Yeah, this go on in the industry.
Shit was like some
but then the label used to be like, yo, the Rambo guy's militant. Because I used to tell the label, y'all. Yeah, I was like, y'all not my friends. Because if we don't sell nothing, y'all not going to pick up the phone no more. So I'm not going to act like we cool. Because they used to be like, yo, we going for drinks. You come around? Well, no, I'm standing in the studio. And they used to say to them, like, why? They like, why he don't want to do, like, when we had to do photo shoots and this, that. Yo, we going to go out, you coming? No. And then the stylist pulled me to the side that was from the label, like, Ram, I said, shorty, y'all not going to pick up the phone if we don't sell no records. We're not friends.
It's the same way right now, though.
No, I'm just saying, we not friends.
No, you're not.
And then they was like, wow. They was like, then they got it, because now let me try to call something. Like, what's that? Oh, who? Click. So that's why I'm saying, stay true to yourself, y'all. And just be you. Like, we didn't get caught up in that industry stuff, and that's why maybe they thought like that we was militant, but we just wasn't. We were just having it.
You said something earlier when you said we wanted to just be known for the talent and entertain.
Yeah, Like all that, you know.
You paying us to go out and entertain these songs that y'all say y'all fuck with it, that y'all putting some money on it.
So
then let us go perform with all that extra shit.
Well, I'm giving you jewels that we never really talked about on podcasts to say behind the scenes of a person can hate on you.
That's crazy.
Like I remember we was rapping, we was at Warner Brothers. The white people was loving us. It was this one black dude who just kept hating on, like, cause we had like 2-3 meetings. But guess what he said? They say they name a lot in their songs. We like, yo, we branding our name. We like, nah, I'm this, you know, nah. He be like, we branded, like we was saying that then before that word came. This is now, manager, this is 012. We saying we branding our name. That didn't come into a couple years ago. But we saying we want people to know our name because it's a group, so they don't know you individually. Yeah, so then you gotta say your name as a whole. You gotta say the group. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I remember I went to a company one time. I snuck in Atlantic Records. At the joint, right? Me and my man just bogarted in there.
Right.
The head A&R, we just got in his office. So I'm banging on my album. And you know, he's sitting there. So I had the Where You Are joint with Ness and Cassidy too, banging it, dude. Like, yo, this is crazy. So he like, you get me like 2-3 more of them. I said, oh, all you need is one.
Right.
I said, yo, how you an A&R and don't know that? So then I'm playing my album.
That's crazy.
So I'm playing songs for different regions. And he like, it seemed like you playing your album like it's kind of scattered. I said, no, I played a joint East Coast one, and I played a joint where I got a Southville, a Midwest, and then I played your West Coast joint. I said, dog, I hit you with different reasons before you were A&R to say I need those kind of records. So my man was like,
you was doing this job.
Man was like, Beezy, you just killed that boy, yo. You made him feel like you was the A&R, the executive, and he wasn't, because you just broke it down, because a label will say that to you. You play your stuff, well, everything sounds the same. You know, you need a record for this and that. Yeah. And I killed him. I was like,
him a chance to be even
nope. I said, here go record here, here go record for here, here go for here, and here. And then I said, I got the other stuff, but I just wanted to give you before you say it that, everything, I need this kind of record. And I killed him. And he was my man. We walked out, he was like, Beezy, that dude ain't calling you. You just made him feel like an ant, like an ant, man.
Them black and red ants, but he was done.
That's what I'm saying about the game. They don't want you to know. They want you to be green.
Yeah.
That's why they keep that young stuff, because if you're young and don't know, they can get you.
They can get you.
If you're a veteran and know, we can't get this
and
person.
That's how I knew when they gave me, when I got that 360 deal with Universal. That's how I knew when they gave me the joint and tried to pay me. They made me pay for everything and come out New York and pay for the other shit. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do all this, I could just do this shit for myself.
I never understood when it started coming up now that you pay to do a show. I said, I thought you got paid.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm like. They're like, well, you get paid all the tickets. Who I'm selling it to? The same people that I would just ask to come. You tripping?
And they used to get
people. They not even my fans.
No, what they used to get people recently when they be making you do that. Then they had all the groups selling their tickets. So when you performing as a competition thing, they people coming to see them. You get in front of them, they're not looking at you to cheer until they people come up. Yeah. You do a concert where everybody come to cheer for everybody. But now it's a joint.
But you making me bring my own fans to them when I leave out. They like, well, they leave for a ticket to see you.
Yeah, and they leave
for a ticket
and
for
then, that's when the people, if you go on and perform, and the people like,
everybody left.
This ain't my but first, this ain't my man. Yeah. Like, damn, where the energy at? And then that person come up, you like, oh, they came for them.
They came for them. And you thinking like, well, damn, y'all want
a crowd. Yeah, but that's why you do the shows when they come to see some performing. When they got they people there, if they gonna look at you, then most of the time it's other artists looking at you. So they're not gonna cheer because they're like, I'm better than you. I'm coming up
and
next.
And they ain't the ones that should be in the fucking audience cheering for you anyway.
That's what I'm saying. People have booked a whole lot of artists. And then they all in the audience, and they looking at you like, I'm about to bust you. You like, yo, put your hands. They're like, put my hands up.
That's crazy, because that's why when I used to get caught up in shows like that, I used to always tell them niggas, I'm going on first.
Yeah, that's where the energy is.
Niggas be like, no, I'm going on the second and third. I'm like, that's cool.
I got booked for a show.
Yeah, I'm cool.
My people came to see me though, because they just heard the joint. Dude, I'm like, yo, my folks want to see me perform. He trying to stall it out because he like, you leave, then you perform, then the people gonna go. I said, I ain't got nothing to do with the other artists that you had booked on this if they ain't got their, you know what I mean? I said, don't make it where you die my people who want to cheer and leave. You like that. I like to always like to go on first. The energy is there. That's why all that I go on first is like, no, I'm like,
because I be having them butterflies. Like, when my horse running around,
I always have butterflies.
And I might got to pee, so I don't even go to the bathroom. I let that shit make me run around the whole stage. That's the energy. And that always been like that. Like it's crazy because I get that.
But I want to say to your listeners and followers who watching, Nam/Task Force is not bitter, not mad about nothing.
Facts.
I don't walk around grumpy. I just stay in my world, do what I do good, entertain the people. You know, whatever happened with us, it was in God's plan and the universe, and we couldn't change it. Even if you wanted to work out that way, but all the deaths and trials and tribulations, you can't stop it. So it happened. But one thing about it, I've seen the game, been around people, toured, heard my song on the radio. My childhood dream was to do Powerhouse, and I did it. I cried backstage like a little baby because that meant something, like Powerhouse. And I was on that stage and 20,000 people saying your record.
That's crazy.
That is the most, like the hair. And then it was home because, you know, they be like, home is your biggest hater.
No,
and
they say
and to see a few girls that front on me up front, like trying to touch the hand. And I said it at Powerhouse, like, you fronting up Elmwood.
You fronted.
I see, but I'm gonna touch your hand. But you know, just doing that, and then the record, you know what I'm saying? While wombs, and you know, it was like I cried backstage, man. Because I'm like, yo, this is my dream. I was like, yo, each year when we was younger, like, we're gonna be on the next year. We're gonna hope we can make it the next year. Get a song out, be on the next year. And boom, all of a sudden they was like, no, go home and Powerhouse. We was like, and then after that, I never went to another one. I didn't care. Like, I don't be sitting back saying, yo, I'm trying to get my song on the radio now and stuff like that. Been there, done that. Like, they be like, yo, you trying to get on the come up?
I'm enjoying life, bro. I'm enjoying.
I graduated. Well, I'm trying to show them a spit. I'm an OG now. I'm like, man, nah. I be like, y'all extra. You know, people say we legends, right?
Yeah.
And I be like, why y'all don't treat us like I'm just saying, like how they do they legends. You know, they be like, oh, freestyle, or do this, or try to get in the club and people front. I remember one time we getting in the club, our record smoking. A New York dude come on, oh, my boy, this, that. Then they let us in. We like, our hometown, some New York dudes come up and get us in. Cause y'all see the New York dudes, oh, that's nice, my boy, we toured together. Like, I see peers and be like,
that's crazy.
Like when we was at Boardwalk Hall and Dipset in a couple and people walked by and they was like, no, move. I said, I ain't going. I said, I toured with these dudes. So they come up like, what's up? Nah, I'm early in the game. I'm like, yo, I'm like, we tour with these people. Like LL coming 4th of July. I might go down there and be like, yo, what's up, man? We toured and L used to talk to us, and that's why my head got a little big one time. Because LL had us on his tour bus and said, y'all got what it takes. This is the GOAT who I look up to, who people be like, boy, you swear you LL, looked us and said, y'all got what it takes. Just be patient. Every night I see y'all doing it, but he like, y'all, and then he was watching us. He would come, you see him up on the joint, like, okay, I'm hearing what these people talking about. Cause they used to say it like, yo, them young Philly dudes that you got opening, they busting ass.
This is why everybody wanted some Philly niggas.
Boston, and then Cut Creator, we had the instant replay machine. The next day he had one. They watch and see how you do it. But we took it, and then I watched LL every night. All 40 shows, when we got done, I'm on the side watching. I'm like, yo, this is the GOAT. This is my idol. I'm watching how he move. I'm like, okay, I'm still at. Still this, do a little bit more of that. You know what I mean? All the arms up, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then I was doing it, then I hit it, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, I'm getting panties thrown at me on stage and stuff like that. And then when I introduced, they screaming. We like, yo, it's like that?
Yeah.
I remember we was in.
I wonder why motherfucking Bobby Brown got caught up out there. It's the telephone, man.
Listen, you can see levels of people with the hotel thing. Yeah. Listen, man. Soon as you got in town, boom, the lobby, you thought it was, you like, no, it can't be like that. It was like that.
Dang.
Listen, in the lobby, you be like, oh, no, they choose you. I remember, boys, one city, boy, this boy bought me his sister. I said, boy, you crazy. He brought you. She was like, yo, she want to meet you, man. She been on stage, take me. And all of a sudden, he was like, man, she was going to kill me if I ain't left. I'm like, no, what's up, y'all? Then there's one guy on tour I respected, yo. His girl was a fan of ours. He came up like, yo, can my girl get a picture? We got him in the show.
That's how you know that shit was love back in the day. You asked a nigga to do some shit like this.
Got him in the show, VIP passes, the whole nine, chill. And I said to him, I said, dog, that's real nigga man stuff, dog. Because you could have been like, F them dudes.
No, but I'm gonna keep it real. It's funny that you say that because that just had me at the Roots picnic. One of my Instagram homies just happened to see me and my partner out there in the crowd. He got his girl. So when I get over into the pit, he like, yo, no, first he like, yo, my girl love me. Can she get it? But I couldn't, where I was stuck at, I was on the rails, but I couldn't get really off. I'm like, all right, as soon as they come out and I catch some of it, then she can move in my spot and just go ahead. I only need a clip of it. You know me, I ain't filming the whole shit, but boom, never did that. My motherfucking security guard walked past. I'm like, yo, man, he like, come on. These motherfuckers come. I looked at him, I said, man, y'all right. We right here in front of the stage now. In front of the stage. He like, she got up.
Well, I knew you can get the picture though, not because you know why? Because your name is Rome, your favorite rapper,
bro.
Man.
I don't know what it be, man. Niggas just be remembering me. You said last year,
because you like that Channel 6 news,
bro,
man. You're everywhere, man.
Bro, like,
I be like, is Rome Tigger from BT to be interviewing? Then I'm like, he rapping. Then he shooting videos, like, bro. I'm like, no, you really need a manager. You know, Marlo, the mag on Instagram. That's who you really need. To tap into it. Her name is Marlo, the manager. The mag.
Yeah, the mag.
Go on Instagram. She got red hair. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna see her. Follow her. Mm-hmm. Her name is Marlo Connect. Yeah, Marlo Connect on Instagram. Follow her. She the top-notch manager. She had your business right. Marlo,
she got a little
Connect. Listen, I'm telling you, your business gonna be right. You can trust her. You ain't gonna be looking over your back. She gonna be making calls, boy, have your stuff right. Mm-hmm. Give you a good therapy session. Talk to you. Get your mind right. Damn. Get you out the streets. Get you in the studio. She gonna come in. She gonna listen. She gonna be like, no, do that verse over. She's doing the classic stuff.
I need that.
Marlo to Connect. Hit her up.
I need the connections. You feel me? That's why my boy out here is smooth.
You know what I mean? Her and Nina Capone, you know, they got me on the right. Y'all sit talking to Nina. Man. You know what I mean? Nina like, you gotta do it like this. You got it. I'm like, all right. And then it worked. So, you know, I cuss everybody out, but I can't cuss them out because they be right.
So look, right, I asked everybody before the end of the show is out, where you see yourself.
Oh, shout out to Husky.
What's up, Husky? Shout out to Husky.
The general, the weight room soldier.
Yeah, you know, we can't forget Husky. You know what I mean? Look, Husky, the only nigga I know
that can bench press a car,
play football in any fucking weather. You could take him and put him anywhere. He gonna fuck you up. And rap like he played football and bench press cars.
You know what I mean? Husky is his name. Husky.
No, real shit, man. Shout out to my boy,
man. Yeah, he the next too.
He been a partner.
You think I grill you? Man, I'm Mr. Miyagi, him, boy.
I already know.
Boy. But then now he see the artist he is, I'll be sitting back like, boy, you.
No, he really, when he went out there and started playing the action, like went over there and played football and stuff like that, it's like when he came back, remember, because we came back, he did the album over Rob Crib. And it was just like, I knew he had it. I said, you taught him well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put us both on some shit, though. It's like you just...
I'll be boy. I'm gonna open up a school, man, of giving people the game and just mentoring and talking to them and, you know, stuff like that. You know, like Marlo to Connect. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, you know, Marlo, I need a non-profit. There's a lot of different things that Rome need in the brand for real. You know, foundation. I want a foundation.
She know it all. Watch, you know, yo, hit her up, y'all. I'm telling y'all business is gonna be right. I'm telling you.
We got to get these services out there so these people can wake up and know who to tap into. You know what I'm saying? But listen, where do you see yourself at in the next 5 years?
Hopefully alive. You know. You know what I'm talking about? But no, you know, still doing what I do in love. You know what I mean?
That's how I know you still
selling the merch. Alive. You know, doing the music, you know what I mean? You know, I'm retiring though, I think in the next 5 years. I'm gonna retire.
Okay.
I'm in old movies.
That's what I'm saying. So you talking about retiring and shit.
You know,
I'm gonna hit me with
I'm doing movies, you know.
Nigga, you got it. Cause look,
No, not retiring because I'm burnt out. Like, you know, I'm on to the next, you know, do my pornos and all that shit. You know, I'm funny too. I'm funny too.
You have to go get Husky with
you. No, I'm funny too. You know what I mean? So I'm you know me, but I got the song the Cha Cha out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 step. I got I call them mini albums. I got a joint called If I Was 50 Cent.
Okay.
Where I flip all his beats. So it's saying if I was like, people didn't get it. Like, oh, I said if I was 50, like all his songs, I made them in the mind.
This is how I would be.
Yeah, then I got a joint called R&B'zy, the B side, where I took, classic, some R&B songs and made them mine. And then I got the Southwest No Look on in the song. So it's on www.sonofjammusic.com. www.sonofjammusic.com. Now what you was gonna say, bro?
Oh man, you hit it on the nail, man. You want to give any shout outs and all that stuff, like you know what I mean?
I want to give a shout out to Ray. Sha. No. All my homies down 7-Eleven. No, shout out to the whole 9 Brigade squad.
Yeah,
Sonny Black, Isis Superstar, Meek Mills, Low, Yak, rest in peace, Maul, Lil Country, Husky, Jimmy Brinks, you know what I mean? Everybody, my producer Blade, my cousin Cloak, aka Robin Banks, I mean, just everybody down 58th Street Southwest.
Man, love, man. I love it, man.
Marlo to connect, got to shout her out. And the Jew as well for having me here.
Oh, man, bro, man. Listen, man, I needed you here, man.
And your people's behind the camera, he made me feel good.
Bugs, man.
He brought me up with history, y'all.
Real talk. Again, he kept me around the OGs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he ain't never let me wiggle. Like I said, I ain't never go astray. Got a little stress here and there, you know what I mean? Just trying to see where my cliche fit in it and what I could. Like I said, I didn't want to just be a rapper. I wanted to share some of the things that I'm talented in and stuff like that, because God put some people in my life that shared theirs. So it was like, to receive is sometimes to give also. Now I ain't forcing it on nobody, but the ones that got open ears and open minds and open eyes and have vision, they normally catch me and get me. So that's all. I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the vibes, man. It's another episode of Entrepreneur Talk Live with Rome, your favorite rapper, man. You know what I'm saying? With my big bro Breezy, Rambo, Son of Jan, whatever y'all want to call him. You know what I mean? He got different personalities. You see he in here being a comedian right now. This nigga
be funny. I call him Kevin Long. Kevin Long. You know what I mean? That's my alter ego, Kevin Long, not Kevin Long. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say something to y'all. And this on a serious note, Roman. I know you'll feel this because it's right here. Okay. And what people go through in Philly. A prophet is honored everywhere except in his own hometown amongst his relatives or friends. Meaning, everywhere else to give you love, like we said, but it's your hometown and your people that never support you and show you love. And we love Philly to death, but I don't know, they be having that stigma, that Philly don't support and stuff like that. Because we got love from people and still get love.
We still get love,
But if you see somebody pushing and you love them, support. It don't cost that much. Nothing. I mean, if you want a person to make it and with the hatred and all, because I always say, if somebody hating, drop the H and put an S. What's that? Satan. See, I be dropping them Jews, I'm talking about too, what I mean? Like I said, turn your pain into passion. Everybody go through stuff every day. Like me, I've been through a lot, hell. But I turned my pain into passion and kept going and said, I believe. This is the last thing I'm going to say to y'all. Always believe in yourself.
Period, man. And always understand this. To make it in this business, you got to be selfish a little bit. You have to. And it ain't nothing wrong. And don't let nobody tell you can't be selfish, because, again, to be selfish is sometimes focusing on what you have to do. It's not actually being selfish in a manner of keeping things from other people. You got to grow and learn and experience what you need to know to move on to the next stage. So, if niggas ain't rocking with you with that and they don't understand that, then they never was for you and they ain't want you to move on.
Like Buster said, you got to believe the delusion. People be saying you're delusional, but if it works, was you being delusional? No. So,
love you, bro. No, that's real talk, man. You wasn't being delusional. You feel me? Peace. And you will never know if you don't try. Yeah. Holla at your boys.
Peace.
You would never know if you don't try.
Yeah.